On the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Chain mover. They're all the way down inside. They'll fake it. Now Smith. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up first and 10 at the 39-yard line. 11. Now Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. You talk about this Seahawk defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
11, Thomas.
Burrow once again here on second and 10. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Burrow. This is intercepted. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Smith's throw into the hands of Fant. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. And they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Daxton Hill there to make the stop on defense.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 5. Again, it's Walker. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 1. And they'll run on 3rd down with Charbonnet. Zach Charbonnet, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, they were looking to pick up the 1st down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partners. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now a 3-time 1,000-yard rusher, Joe Mixon. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now, the offense, they had really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker, partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. After the interception, here's Smith. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. This unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Jamal Adams. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here we go. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Gun. Stop. Stop.
Mixon with a first down carry. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Now second and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
An option hit off here to Mixon. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up.
11, MT, take. 11, stop.
Burrow on third down. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Amari Barno. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
They'll take over at first and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Back to throw, Smith. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Here's Smith now on second down. This is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jackson Smith and Jigba. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0 Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them. So I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because
this is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. Jamar Chase, 49 yards. And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. It's now a 28-7 ball game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Here's Moore. He will return it. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. Is the distance on the punt there, and the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
Here we go.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
11.
Now it's Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position.
There he goes, right side. Now he's free at the 35. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. And a big run there against the worst rush defense in the league. They're number 32 of 32.
And they're ranked that for a reason. And we're really not surprised to see a big run occur against them, are we?
From the red zone now, Smith. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
On second down, here's Smith. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Seahawks are able to add on to that lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
That's what you get paid for.
Here we go, here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
12, 12, 12.
On second down, here's Burrow. And his throw here's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
11 MT, 11 MT, tape, 11 mighty, 12, 12, 12.
On third down, Burrow. And now here is another interception. He's on his way. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick six, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
12, 12, 12.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack, trying to get away, but could not. Draymond Jones in there to bury him for a loss of 11. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
11 MT, tape. 11 MT, tape. 11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Throwing on second and long. Burrow. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
11, 11. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11 MT, 11 MT.
Burrow looking to pass. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Returnable for Lockett. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And Smith here, an audible at the line. Geno out of throw. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Get ready. Hold on to it. Go, take it to the house. Keep going. Keep going. Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Derek Hall brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
12.
Burrow will throw. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Everyone in the NFL is looking for mismatches, and T. Higgins' size and speed at receiver That allows him to have those type of mismatches against most defenders. 6'4", ability to flat out fly. They can use him everywhere, including in the slot. He's a dangerous playmaker and a big-time producer in the red zone.
So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done. And
my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Now Geno going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 23.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. And now here is another interception. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Lockett, the motion man right. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop it behind the line.
Intended for Kenneth Walker. Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 12.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing now is Geno. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Throwing again is Smith. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Kenneth Walker. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken a 6-touchdown lead. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Now Burrow to throw on second down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Amari Barno. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
That's good for a Cincinnati Bengals. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On second down, Burrow. His throw incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, it's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. First down, here's Burrow. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another big hitter there, this one good for 18. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. He finds his running back, Mixon. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Give him 2 yards. That sets him up. First and goal.
Another Bengals first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
Hey, we got to go score. Let's go.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. And this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
Now it's Burrow. And he's got it. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
4 yards on the pickup. It's
Here we
now
go.
3rd and goal.
12. Hey, gotta go.
Now Burrow. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Going quickly out to the right side. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. McPherson on for the point after. So they get 1 score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Logan Wilson. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
11, 11, Thomas. 11, 12, 12,
They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
11 MT.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That's going to be caught. Arcega right side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. In motion, the tight end. Now Burrow on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. 11 mighty.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Uchenna Nwosu. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17. Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and forever. Here's Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run one guy step for step downfield with man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
A 46-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Intercepted. The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
11.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking deep here for Chase. This is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 67 yards. And the Bengals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Now he's loose at the 40, inside the 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now it's Burrow. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Jamar Chase, 46 yards. And the Bengals are able to claw one back. Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet, and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And judging by our scoreline, they have 6-0 in their future as they look to grind this one down a little. They've got it 1st and 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. It's a big play there for Seattle. 46 yards.
A gain of 46 yards on the play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the gun, here's Smith. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Out of the gun, Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 23.
1st down, Seahawks.
Back to throw, Smith. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. And now here is another interception. And the Bengals are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Burrow throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
11 MT, Tate.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Cincinnati. 48 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
11 Thomas. 11.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Working free to drop it for the sack there was Amari Barno. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
11 MT, Tate. 11 MT. 11 MT. 11 MT. 11. 12.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. He's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Here we go. 11 MT, tight. 11 MT, tight. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. Behind.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, down in this part of the field, CD, they'd love to get him the football, and right there, a little pitch and catch for the score.
Yeah, and he's such a weapon when it's that close to the end zone, and they love being able to rely on him to make those kind of catches. Talk about trust, talk about confidence, and he produces.
Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Behind.
And that's caught at the 2. And he'll get in. And they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Evan McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Throw out wide to Walker. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Smith. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
11 Thomas. 11, 11. 11 MT, 11 MT.
Burrow looking to pass. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. 23 yards on the play.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
11.
They'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
11 mighty. 12.
3rd and goal. Burrow firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
11.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Smith and Jigba with the ground. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Smith going to throw it. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably